It's no secret that not everyone had the best time in school. A lot of times trying to learn how to read, just looking at the board, it didn't really make much sense. Words were hard to put together, sentences just kind of looked like hieroglyphics. It just didn't resonate well with a lot of people. Some kids, they would stick to just one method of learning, which was reading a bunch of books over and over again. And although that worked for, I'm sure, many kids, a lot of kids didn't learn that way. But some teachers did recognize the potential that these kids had. A lot of the teachers recognized that, hey, my student is learning, but he's learning in a different method. We're using drawings in the writing classes, we're using transmediation, we're using all these new techniques, and it's yielding even better results than previously thought. Teachers took note of this and they decided to do studies. One teacher wrote a book collecting all the findings, and then another teacher verified this, saying, hey, my students are learning better the same way. And this became this giant conversation in the literature community about what's the best way to teach children in school. In this video, I'll be showing exactly how these authors talk to each other throughout citations, through intertextuality, and how it actually can develop to be a curriculum. It's already been implemented in a lot of schools and is going very far right now, and I think this video is a great way to summarize all of that. So enjoy. Once upon a time, there was a man named Paul. Paul had a little rock named Rocky because he was a rock. Paul loved his rock and was very proud of all the rock things that the rock did. But sometimes Rocky didn't perform as well as Paul hoped. Sometimes Paul's rock didn't perform as well as the other rocks. And it wasn't that Paul's rock was as bad, it was just Paul's rock didn't learn as fast as the other little rocks. Paul tried to teach Rocky how he learned the way that his parents taught him, but Rocky didn't seem to be learning as fast as he hoped. Paul wondered, was Rocky depressed? Was he sad? Did he not have any motivation to do anything? Paul wondered these questions. Paul decided that he would try his own way with Rocky, and so he decided to give Rocky some love and affection and let Rocky do his own little thing. Yippee! Rocky started making changes. Rocky started rumbling. Plop. Rocky, realizing his new observation, that letting the rocks do their own little thing made them turn faster, started showing it to other people. Do this more.
Wow, my rock is doing the same thing, Paul. I'm gonna have to do this more.
Perfect. Paul realized that this new method needed to be taught to more people. One person's validation was great, and it gave him the motivation to continue it on. So, Paul decided that he would go to a college of rocks and teach developmental rockology. People loved this new method that Paul taught them, and so they decided that they wanted to expand upon it. They wanted to do their own research into it.
I tried this new rock jumping technique, and all the rocks liked it. I wonder what else I can do.
Not to say that the old technique was bad, but this new technique offered better advantages to some of the rocks that struggled previously. Many people decided to try this method, and they experimented on their own rocks. They would watch how the rock learned over time. Sometimes it would take years, all the way throughout college.
I've been watching this rock for years, and this new technique is beneficial in the long run.
One rock was actually watched all the way throughout college, and it provided really, really solid evidence that this technique is beneficial even in the very long run. Yeah, go rock, go rock.
Yippee!
Thanks to all the contributions of the scientists and the other rock owners, this technique was able to be taught in school later on, and it benefited a lot of the rocks that struggled previously. This couldn't have been done without all the help that Paul received.